Greetings, my noble knights. It is I, Blaze Templar, and today we have another Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle. Kind of. It is on Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and it is a Wi-Fi battle, but it's not your traditional, as I'm actually showing off a Unova Classic battle. I have a number of these, and this one I thought was rather interesting, not because the plays were really amazing or anything. It's triples, which I know no one really cares about, but you know what? We're going to talk about this anyway. So let's just get started. Looking at the teams, she's got an odd one with the Firegrass Water Core being an Embor, Samurott, and Virizion, where she also has a Dragon type in Salamence, the Tornadus, or Thunderous Therian form, excuse me, and then Mesprit. Looking at our team, common weaknesses look like it is going to actually be Ice, as basically 3 of her Pokemon are extremely vulnerable to Ice, while the other ones won't appreciate taking Earthquakes or knockoffs or anything from Mamoswine. So Mamoswine might be a key player in this game. Looking at my team, it's really not a team. It's just 5 things I threw together. I didn't really care about the Unova Classic that much. I just wanted to get the event gift. So let's go ahead and get started. I know that's a petty reason, but it's a reason at least. And Lena leads with Viridium, and a couple others, which I didn't catch their names, but it's the Virizion, the Mesprit, and the Tornadus. So I see the Tornadus and the Virizion, and I immediately know Virizion can one-shot my Rotom Wash, and I really need it, so I'm going to hard switch out, go to Volcarona, take that predicted Grass attack, and meanwhile just take Virizion out with the Leaf Blade. To my surprise, Virizion is actually slower than my Mamoswine, which tells me this person has an EV train. So that should make my job a lot easier, and she does go for the Crunch. It's going to do a nice chunk of damage, way more than it should have. She crits me. She literally crits me first turn, then she goes for the Blizzard. All 3 Pokemon are hit by it, and then she freezes my Sableye and my Volcarona on turn 1. So turn 1, she crits my Sableye and froze it, and then she froze my Volcarona. Well, that bites. Unfortunately, Samurott comes in, and of course, Volcarona really doesn't have any business staying in when a Samurott is facing it down. And thankfully, I do have a Rotom Wash. I do thaw out first turn, which is pretty amazing. And I also missed my Will-O-Wisp first turn, just to add insult to injury. But regardless, now I can go for the Rock Slide. I am mostly just hoping for a flinch on the Samurott slot, as I really don't want to try to switch anything else in. And I do need to keep Mamoswine as long as I can. But unfortunately, it doesn't happen. The Air Slash does very little to my Rotom, or not my Rotom, but to my Sableye. And thankfully, her Razor Shell does miss, so Mamoswine does get to stay in this for a little bit longer, as Sableye is going to start recovering back a little bit of HP thanks to those leftovers. But at this point, I know I have to switch, and I don't really have a choice. I'm going to go to Conkeldurr. It's really my best thing to take a Razor Shell, so that's why I'm going into it. And this turn is basically me trying to recover my Sableye back up to a point where it can be useful for a later game. That Prankster ability really coming in handy, and now I can Thunderbolt and take out the Samurott, which apparently is slower than a non-speed invested Rotom Wash. Huh. So anyway, that being said, Mesprit does go for the Trick Room. It's even... Wow, just... That's insane. She crits my Conkeldurr this turn and freezes my Sableye again. Holy smokes, this game apparently hates me today. So, yeah, that's a thing. I'm going to have to hope for a first turn thaw again, because apparently I'm going to get freeze and no misses with the Blizzard. So unfortunately, my Prankster doesn't go through and unthaw me, and I get knocked out by yet another Air Slash, and that is really unfortunate. And this is kind of one of the reasons why I was annoyed with the Unova Classic, is this kind of a game. But I do go ahead and Thunderbolt, get rid of Tornadus Therian, and that puts me in a slightly better position. She goes for yet another Blizzard, and does like nothing to Rotom, thankfully. And Conkeldurr takes it okay, meaning I'll be able to Drain Punch back a lot of health. as Embor basically is guaranteed a 2-hit KO at this point. She does go for the Earthquake. Kind of makes sense, but I don't think she realized that Rotom Wash is also a Levitator. So, yeah, Rotom Wash is going to just levitate over that Earthquake, take absolutely no damage, and we're looking decent-er, even though that's not really a word. Unfortunately, Volcarona is going to be frozen solid still. I'm just really hoping it'll wake up, or at least she'll keep on attacking Volcarona with a physical move and possibly get burned. Either way, it would work in my favor. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen that way the first turn, and I'm just forced to kill off the Embor, wow, with a Thunderbolt. There we go. I'm tired. I didn't sleep last night, unfortunately. Insomnia bites. But regardless, Knockoff is finally going to take out that Mesprit, leaving her down to just her Salamence. And Volcarona is just going to continue to sit there frozen like a rock. And Salamence is going to go for that Zen Headbutt on my Rotom slot, which I'm not sure why she's running that, but okay. And take out my Rotom. So we're looking at an annoying spot here, especially as there's an attack boost. And at this point, Conkeldurr can't hit anything, so I'm just wasting PP. I don't care, though, so whatever. And still, 4 turns in, Volcarona is still frozen. I go for the Icicle Crash. Miss with that, too. Wonderful. She does go for the Flamethrower. Thankfully, I'm thick fat, so I'm not going to take that much damage from it. And, of course, at this point, it is really... I just need to hit this thing with the Icicle Crash and the game's over. But considering what's hacking me, I was kind of surprised to actually hit at this point. Thankfully, it is the end of the game, and at that point I was like, okay, I'm done with the Unova Classic. I've done my 6 games. I don't need to play anymore. And with these kinds of hacks, I don't want to play anymore. So that was game. And yeah, I just thought it was kind of interesting to show just how many hacks a person can have suffer. I do have a couple other videos like this, but this is just me basically getting hacked into oblivion, so yeah, I just kind of wanted to show that off, I guess. So anyway, I will see you guys hopefully at the stream. If I don't stream at 1, I will stream as soon as I'm alive. So yeah, anyway, talk to you next time. Later.